Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool back again with another Epic 7 video for you guys today. And today we are going to be previewing the patch that has just released a few hours before this video came out, as well as talk about my personal thoughts on these changes coming to Epic 7. I think this patch is pretty cool, guys. There's a lot of cool changes and a lot of QOL updates, and I think you guys will be pretty satisfied with what Smilegate has actually changed for the game. So first off, they're adding another chapter to episode 4, West Con. If you guys aren't already here yet, don't worry too much about it. You can make your way here slowly. Adventure mode is something you want to put on the back burner. But the thing is, with this change, or I guess the increase in the amount of content and adventure, they're actually releasing a specialty change unit that is actually released after getting to episode 4. And this is Holy Flame Adin. Now, Adin is now a fire unit. Smilegate kind of said that they were going to actually make it so that she's a general purpose PvE unit by allowing her to switch elements through specialty change, and I do believe they're going to allow her to change to more elements in the future. You're going to see this is her S3 animation. It is just a recycle of her old S3, so don't, expect too much from the design here. She basically is just a reskin, but the thing is, you're going to see that she is very good in different areas of content. So the old Adin was pretty good in like Asmonak and other areas of content like that. Like Light Expedition, she was okay. But the thing is, this version of Adin will be very, very good in Earth Expedition and Golem. You're going to see why. She has a S3 now that will decrease speed, which is the same, and she also has a decreased defense, but now she also has Willful Flame, which is an undispellable buff to herself for 2 turns, and you're going to see that when a fire elemental ally attacks with this buff, you're going to penetrate the target's defense by 15%. She's just going to be boosting the damage of her entire team when she has this buff up, which is a very, very good effect. Keep in mind that it is a fire elemental ally, so you're basically going to run basically a full fire team. So you're going to see, like, the animation, like I said, nothing too special. It is just a recycle of the old S3 animation, as you see here, which is nothing great. It's just a reskin, redesign, like recolor, I guess. But yeah, now we have her S2. So when she gets an AoE attack on her team, or when she receives an AoE attack on her team, right, if she has a debuff, which is very, very common in Earth Expedition and Golem, she'll counter attack with Fiery Blade Gust, which is an AoE attack. Now, actually, it's an AoE attack. Now, this will take priority over counterattack with a basic skill, so if you run her on a counterattack set, don't worry, her Fiery Blade Gust will take prio. And keep in mind, this can only be activated once every 2 turns, but that's not too bad considering she has a speed buff for herself and decreased speed on the boss, so she'll be able to lap pretty easily and get this off pretty much every single boss turn. This is an AoE attack that will increase speed of herself, and you're going to see from the runes that this has an extra effect on it as well. So yeah, nothing too crazy. You're going to see here AoE attack, and then yeah, AoE attack. So, or not AoE attack, AoE attack, sorry. But yeah, very, very good, because the thing is, in Golem, there's 2 bosses, or 2 units you need to hit, and also in Earth Expedition, you have to be hitting that crystal over and over, right, to get rid of that skill nullifier, to get your immunization shot, or whatever it is. But yeah, S1 is just a single target attack that will heal the ally with the lowest HP, and this will scale with your damage dealt. This is very good in these areas of content like PvE, because bosses will do a lot of AoE damage, and especially in Golem and Earth Expedition, they're just doing a lot of AoE damage over and over, right? So it's a very nice bonus. Next, we have her runes, nothing crazy, just stat increases all around the board. But here you're going to see that there's a crit damage increase, which will increase the crit damage of all your allies, so your team will do more damage. Also, increase the dual attack of your fire elemental allies by 5%, which is actually a pretty huge amount. This will come in handy, and this will synergize very well with the glory rune at the bottom here. When an ally attacks when it is not their turn, damage increases by 5%. Now, this is very good because if you think about the fire knights in this game, the ones you're going to be using in PvE are going to be like Aros and Lilius, and both of them have built-in dual attacks, so it synergizes very well with those units as well. So yeah, next we have the runes that will improve her skills. So her S3 will also give attack to all fire elemental allies for 2 turns. Very, very good if you decide to run like a Tamarin, because Tamarin, although she has an attack buff, she won't have it up permanently on your team. There will be some turns where you don't have it. So Holy Flame Adin will make up for this, because at the start of the battle, she will be able to give that attack buff to everyone off the bat, and when the attack buff runs out by that time, you will most likely either have Tamarin's S3 up or Adin's S3 soon to come up as well. It's very, very nice synergy with fire elemental units. You're going to see that, yeah, you're going to run her in a full fire team because of the benefits. Next, we have her S2. It is going to be from the guard rune. When you use your S2, you will have a 1 buff strip, which is very nice against like Golem because there's some buffs there, and Earth Expedition as well has a buff. So very, very nice in that regard. Also makes it so that you can use her in other areas of content where you want it to spell. Just having an extra to spell on your team is going to be a very nice bonus. Next, we have her S1. It will just do more damage and do more healing, basically. So pretty nice. She'll be a pretty decent damage dealer and also have a lot of utility. So I think she'll be a staple in Earth Expedition and Golem teams for newer players. She'll be a very, very good choice if you're looking for a decent unit for, basically any area of content that has Earth bosses. Like even like Secretary of Area, she'll be a very good unit there if you decide to run a lot of fire units with her. I think she looks pretty cool from her skill kit standpoint and where she's going to be used. Smilegate's doing a very good job of actually allowing, newer players that don't have access to all these strong units in the game to have good free-to-play options to actually progress throughout the game and not feel too, left out because you didn't play for the game for a long time and pull on some other key units, right? So yeah, that being said, that is Adin, guys. I'm pretty excited for her. I think you'll be able to use her in a lot of areas of content, actually. I think outside of Earth Expedition and Golem, if you have a fire team built, you can basically just run them in even like adventure mode if there's no ice boss, and you should be fine. But now we have new exclusive equipment. So usually with exclusive equipment, guys, actually they're usually mostly like not impressive, but I think these exclusive equipment are going to be very, very good. So first off, we have Diane. She's a limited unit. I actually pulled for her from the custom triple banner. I know that a lot of you guys might have as well because you guys wanted her and she didn't come out when she was supposed to this year, which is kind of weird. But yeah, Diane is getting buffed. So Diane's problem in the meta right now in PvP is that she is not good in really fast metas, and she just works really slowly, right? So the thing is, like in slower metas where Diane gets a lot of turn cycling off, she's very strong, but in faster metas where she doesn't, she is kind of weak. Also, there's a lot of counters to her with like Landy, Violet, any Earth unit basically. Also, like why would you ever take Diane over Emilia, who really thrives in the fast meta, right? So there's a lot of problems. Thing is, in PvE she's still very good, but you'll see that even in PvE, if you're running Diane as an attack buffer, using some of the exclusive equipments here will make her a lot stronger. So yeah, first off, she's getting speed, which is very nice, right? Because yeah, she is a bit slow, and the way that they combat this, or she combats her slow speed, is going to be with CR pushing, but just having a flat speed bonus will make her a lot stronger in that regard for both PvE and PvP. Next, we have her exclusive equipment's skills. So her S1 skill will also CR push an ally instead of just herself, and you'll see that this pushes the ally with the highest attack by basically 10% because the caster should always be buffed. Very good, pretty nice bonus to the skill. It'll allow her in slower metas where she has, protect the DPS comp or protect the damage dealer comp to actually help her DPS cycle more faster. Next, we have her S2, which is going to increase the barrier strength. I think this is going to be pretty much the weaker of the three. I don't think you're ever going to really use this because her barrier is also already pretty good. Next, we have one that is very, very good. And the last exclusive equipment you're going to see is an S2 exclusive equipment, and when you S2, you'll also CR push your allies. It works kind of like a AoE Emilia, although obviously the CR push isn't as much, but it's very nice because when you S3, Diane will CR push herself, your allies will probably take a turn with the attack buff, and then you can S2 really quickly to give the barrier and then push your allies again. Very, very good in that regard. I think it'll be very nice because she just has more turn cycling now. Even though she already had a lot, guys, like she has even more turn cycling, because keep in mind that her S2 when she CR pushes will also CR push herself because it is all allies, so it makes it very, very good. I think Diane will actually be a lot better in this meta now, obviously because she's getting buffed with the exclusive equipment, but I think in the past she was unplayable, but after these exclusive equipments come out, I think she might even be somewhat playable, especially in like World Arena if you can draft her into comps that don't completely destroy her, right? Her S1 exclusive equipment is also pretty nice as well, especially if you like to run very, very slow comps, in my opinion. So I'm pretty excited for Diane's exclusive equipment. Now let's talk about the next one, which is going to be Zahhak, right? So yeah, we have Zahhak. So Zahhak, pretty good unit as an evasion counter, right? Good against like Violet, anything that evades. But the thing is, like after that, he's not really good. But now you're going to see that he has some utility built into his kit from his exclusive equipment. First, he's getting an attack bonus, which he doesn't really need, but it'll make him more scarier because he already pretty much one-shots. And you're going to see from his S2, it'll also increase attack of yourself and the target that you are buffing as well. So very strong because it gives him a lot more utility. Even if he dies after doing his job, he still has that attack buff to his ally. Also, he has attack buff for himself, so he can reduce the gear requirements for himself and maybe make him more tankier, right? Next, we have his S3 exclusive equipment. This will inflict resource reduction. This will work on Fighting Spirit. This will work on Fury. This will work on... actually, Fighting Spirit is Fury, huh? Fighting Spirit, focus, stuff like that, right? Anything that uses resources. So very, very good. This will be before the skills effect when you use your S3, so keep that in mind. Now we also have one that will decrease the skill cooldown of his S3, which I think is probably the weakest of the three. Usually skill cooldown reductions aren't that great, but I think the first one on his S2 and the first one on his S3 are going to be very, very good. Give him more utility in his kit so that he doesn't, just one-shot a unit and then die right after, right? So yeah, that's the Hawk's exclusive equipment. We have one more exclusive equipment. That's a tongue twister. Inferno Kawazu. So yes, an ML 4-star. He is getting basically 14% attack, which is very scary because he already does a lot of damage. This will make him even more scary to deal with. And you're going to see that his S2 is getting 2 exclusive equipments. One will increase CR of himself by an additional 5%. I think that one's okay, but the second one seems very good. It gives him immunity. So I think this is very good because, yeah, just having immunity buff on yourself for 2 turns is very nice because then right after your S3, you don't get, CC locked or killed or blinded or anything that makes you basically useless. So very, very nice to have. It'll also make it so you can run him on non-immunity set now, make him more damage oriented or more, tankier with the extra set that you have available to you. Next, we have his S3 exclusive equipment, very scary. It is going to be a silence on the target when using your S3. When you're granted vigor, this will ignore effect resist as well. So this is very nice because usually Inferno Kawazu, if you didn't one-shot someone off the bat, you kind of just lost the battle. But now with the silence, it makes it so that you can not one-shot the unit, make him very close to dying, but also have that silence on the target, which basically neuters them and just finish them off the next turn. Very, very, very good in that regard. I think Inferno Kawazu was already like a pretty good counter pick unit, but now he seems like a very, very strong counter pick unit. If you can activate his S2 and then S3 with the silence, I think the ignore effect resist is going to be very strong against units that have, I guess, like Soul Weaver team comps, right? That abuse Soul Weavers, right? Because you can just silence them, do a lot of damage, and then finish them off the next turn because, yeah, Inferno Kawazu already does crazy damage. So I think these exclusive equipments are very nice. I think all 3 of these are very, very good, actually. You usually have like 2 or 3, like 1 or 2 out of the bunch that are very useless, or even like all of them being useless, but I think all of these will actually impact the units very heavily and make these units a lot more usable. And I think Smilegate did a very good job making these exclusive equipments because it kind of makes sense with their kits, and I think it is nothing like super broken, but it's definitely a step in the right direction for these units to actually see more playtime. That being said, we have content. So Ancient Inheritance is also running from the maintenance for 14 days. Make sure you guys participate it with your guild. Don't be that guy in that guild that doesn't participate and then make it so that you can barely not get to the next floor, because yeah, that's just not a fun time. There's some crazy rewards and you'll be able to get more of these crazy rewards because you're getting increased exploration provisions. Basically every day you get more, and when you level up you'll get more as well. You're also going to see that there's some QOL changes coming to the game as well for Ancient Inheritance. Smilegate took a lot of the feedback to heart and they changed everything. You're going to see, I'm not going to go too in depth because it's pretty straightforward. You're also going to be able to see your units on the bench if they have, what artifacts and what equipments they have equipped, so you don't have to, go back to the lobby and check every time. A lot of QL changes. Also, they're lowering the amount of guild members required, so newer players to the game in lower level guilds will be able to participate. And basically, there's a lot more rewards you can get, and yeah, QL changes all around the board. After that, we have a side story being rerun. Nothing too special, just get more Molagora and Catalysts, guys. Also, Lilius's banner is running still. Actually, is it still? Running now, sorry, after the maintenance. So yeah, you want to make sure that you can, if you guys don't know whether to pull for it now, make sure you check out my Shujupul video. But actually, Ancient Inheritance doesn't run after the maintenance, guys. It's going to be starting on Monday. My apologies. I thought for some reason this said the 12th, but yeah. This will be running on the 16th on Monday. Lilius will be running right after the maintenance, which should be about, right now. You guys should be able to see her banner. And if you guys want to see if she's worth pulling for with her artifact, make sure you check out my last Shujupul video because we talk about her pretty in-depth. And then after Lilius's banner, we're going to have Politis next week on the 19th with Mort and his artifact as well on the 19th. I'll be releasing more Shujupul videos on those if they're worth pulling for in the near future once the date gets closer. And also we have the Mystic Summon rotation coming out, which is Maid Chloe, Martial Artist Ken, and Blood Moon Haste. Same thing, once the date comes closer, I'll talk about them and talk about which one is the best of the 3 if you guys want to pull for it, right? But basically, to sum it up, I think Maid Chloe is the best guy. She's a very strong Soul Weaver. So yeah, that pretty much covers the entire patch that is coming out, or has already come out, I guess. If you guys want to see more of these videos, make sure you guys hit that like button and comment down below. And I'll see you guys next video. Peace.